Hello, Kayla. Can you guys hear me? There's something funky going on with my internet. I couldn't get it fixed right. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Hey, Steven. Okay, cool. You can hear me. Okay. So thank you for coming to today's video, which is a collab with Liz from the Makeup Garden here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And I was so excited when she had reached out to me to ask if I would do a build your own palette look with her, or a build your own palette, custom palette. She did a pretty large one and I told her, yeah, I'll do one with you, but how many shadows? Can I do 9 shadows? Because that is like that's my go-to for creating color stories. So today I am going to create a look with it. What I want to do first is show you guys what I created. If you notice the thumbnail of this video, it does have like an image of what I was kind of going for. I wanted to do something. I was actually inspired. Let me start over. I was inspired the other day, like after she had told me about this, of the sky that we had. It was a sunset here in Oregon, and it was after a rainy day. There was a ton of clouds in the sky, and there was all these colors of like a blue, a peach, a coral, a pink, really like a hot pink, just bouncing off of all the, oh, you hear music too? Bouncing off of all the, is the music too loud? Let me see. I don't know if I can do that. My bird is going crazy right now, so I saw that I can put music on here, and I was like, oh, cool. You guys won't have to hear him. Oh yeah, I can adjust the music. Tell me how that is. It was at 50. I turned it down to 30. Steven, anybody? Can you tell me if the music is a little bit better? That's better? Okay, can you still hear the music though? I need to drown out Pepper, my bird. Steven. Okay, hi Christy. As long as you can hear me, Steven, that's all that matters. But I do want to drown out Pepper, my bird. For those of you that have watched before, my bird does not like when I'm not around him, and he squawks, cries, coughs, cusses, does everything under the sun if we're not around him. Okay, cool. So I'm glad that you can hear me and the music now. So the music is just here. It was something that I saw that was offered on StreamYard. So I just wanted to make sure that I have something going to Heifer. Oh my God, no, Pepper. I wanted something just to drown him out a little bit because he's going berserk. He's going crazy. Okay, so let me start my intro all over, and I'll probably chop this up after it's posted so that we don't see all of this craziness, but who knows, I might leave it. So anyways, this video is a collab between myself and Elizabeth, my makeup garden, here on YouTube and also on Instagram. She had reached out to me. Gosh, I'm not gonna lie, she reached out to me a few weeks ago asking if I would do a build your own palette with her. And of course I said yes, I would love to. So long story short, I tried to record a video, and when I was transferring the video over to my phone, because I edit on my phone, I lost the video. So now here I am doing it live once again. So I did ask her, her channel is linked below, and the video that she did, I asked her, can I do 9? Are you okay with me doing a 9-pan color story? I think she did a 16-pan color story. And she's like, yeah. So my inspiration that that I came up with for this 9-pan BYOP, Build Your Own Palette, was a sunset that we recently had here after a big rain day. There was so many different colors of orange, pink, purple, and blue in the sky, and some grays that were just bouncing off of all of the marshmallow clouds that we get here in Oregon. So I fell in love with that, and I was like, oh my God, I can pull all of these colors into a palette, pretty much all of them. So the picture that is on this thumbnail is somewhat of an inspiration. It's not completely what I saw, but it was the closest thing that I can find on the internet. But if you saw what I had posted on the thumbnail, I did put the palette on my thumbnail, and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to create a look with this 9-pan palette. And basically, when I built this, all I did was pull out all of the colors that I had seen in the sky that I pulled from memory. And this is the little color story that I put together. I do have, there's a lot of older shades in this collection. For the mattes, of course, I pulled in Karma, which is my favorite black matte I've ever worn. And then I did pull in Remy, which is another matte. This is like a blue purple. You can't tell if it's purple, you can't tell if it's blue, but then depending on what you wear it with, what you put next to it, then you can see more of the purple, or you could pull more of the blue out from it. It's a cool matte. I really like this one. And then up here is another matte. This is Nemesis. And this is like it's more of a brickened plum. And then we got a hot pink Tessa here. For the shimmers, I pulled in Blazed, which is one of our reds. I was going to go with Salvatore, but here's the thing. Salvatore, we have 3 reds. We have here at Devinah Cosmetics, we have Blazed, which is this one here. We have Homicide, and we have Salvatore. And all 3 reds, I could not just keep one and then turn down the others. I'm a red lover. I love red, so I had to keep all 3. I didn't include Salvatore, which is my favorite, because I use Salvatore in almost everything. So I do have to show the other 2 a little bit of love, if you know what I mean. So I included Blazed in this palette, but my choice would have been Salvatore. And then I have these 2 outer ones are from the Aurora Flares. I have Australis and Thermosphere. Then I had to pull in Takana, which is the pinky gold shifting type of shadow. It's a very sparkly shimmer. And then I also pulled in Skyla, which Skyla shifts from, I see that you guys are seeing the blue there, and then there's the purple. And we're talking about this middle one here. So this has, and I'm telling you, that night, there was all these different colors in these big, puffy, marshmallow type. They weren't even marshmallowy. They were cotton candy clouds, like huge, voluptuous clouds that were just ready to dump hell onto the ground with waters. It was so cool. So this is what I came up with. So I'll swatch some of them out. I want to make sure that I just did my base. So I want to make sure that I don't have much. Let me see what you guys are saying, that I don't have much on my hand. Hey, Harley, I didn't know you were here. Your video is coming up next. Christy, no, you didn't. You didn't miss most of it. We just barely started, and I had mic issues for a minute. I love building BYOPs with my Devinah collection. Do you? I'm going to start doing more of them. I really want to, I want to try. It may not be every month, but I want to try and jump in on the collab that Kara and Kelly, Beauty and the Frizz, and Keep Beauty Real do. Because I think that would be fun, for me at least, to just jump in and do it. I take pics of beautiful skies when we have some wonderful sunrises here. Ooh, that's what I want to start doing too. Ooh, I just got my order of 2 Devinah shimmers in today. It came sooner than the tracking said. Did it? You mean to tell me the post office was on it? That's good. Are they running today? I thought the post office was closed. Isn't today President's Day? My voice, you guys, is a little bit scratchy. We went to a Vanilla Ice concert on Saturday, and I still feel like I'm forcing my voice out right now. I'm here just printing labels and watching you. Okay, cool. Hang out, have fun. That would be fun. I watched them too. Oh, good. I'm glad, Kayla, that you watched them. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of swatches. So what I'll do is, just so you guys can see this color story, before I apply, let me get my makeup wipes. Okay, so we're going to start with, I'm just going to work across the top row and then across the middle and then across the bottom. That way you can see what these look like, because again, I had no rhyme or reason. All I did was pull out, this is Tessa. All I did was pull out the shadows. I pulled out the colors of what I saw in the sky, and then I just stuck them in my palette. That was my inspiration. There was no rhyme or reason. I wasn't trying to make, like try and get something like, ooh, well, this color goes good with this one. I just grabbed what I saw, put it in the palette, and went from there. And it actually, I wore this, next I'm going in with Skyla. I wore this the other night for the concert that we went to go see Vanilla Ice. And I was so happy with the look that I created. If you watched my stories on my Instagram, my Deandra Irene Instagram, you'll see, well, it's probably expired now, but if you had watched them, then you would have seen the eye look that I'm going to create. Okay, the next one that I'm going into is Nemesis. So that's the first row. Okay. Actually, let me see. I might have made enough room to do. I'm going to go in with the second row now. I'm going to see if I can keep them all together. Okay, now I'm going in with Australis. This is the multi-chrome. Let me see if I can do it this way. Do I have enough room? Yeah, I do. Okay, that was Australis. And now we're going in with Tucana. Maybe if I go like this. I don't know if on my screen it looks like, and in my viewfinder, it looks like, well, not my viewfinder. My viewfinder looks good, but on computer, it looks like I'm a little laggy. And I do know that there is something wrong with my internet at the moment. So please forgive the lagness. Hopefully once this uploads after the live is over, for those of you watching on the replay, hopefully it's not as laggy. I'm sorry about that. Okay, next we're going in with Thermosphere. So this one is going to go here. Oh, good, Stephen, you're not seeing much lag. It is so laggy on my end. Oh, Alexandria, you do see the lag? Okay, so it must be different for different people, maybe. Okay, so, oh God, look at how I did that swatch. I brought it up crooked. So that was Thermosphere. Both Australis and Thermosphere are from the Aurora Flares. And now I'm going into Karma. I'll put Karma under Nemesis here. This is the blackest black. I know everybody, everybody says, oh, this is the blackest black that I've worn, but this truly is the blackest black that I have worn. It is, and it's my favorite. And it's a matte. Karma is a matte. Okay, and then next I'm going in with, this is, you know what? Let me make sure this is blazed. Hold on. It is, okay. I just want to make sure that it was blazed, because I did pull Salvatore and blazed out. I mean, Homicide out. There's blazed. Okay, and then the last one is Remy. I want to make sure that my finger is dry before I get into these mattes. If you've ever put a wet finger in a matte, it's nothing nice. This is Remy. Okay. So this is the color story that I put together. And I cannot wait to do this eye look for you guys and with you guys, so that you can see how pretty this color story ended up being together. And you get to see how quick I do an eye look too. I don't spend a lot of time on my eye look, like on doing my eye makeup. Okay, so I am going to take our brush, the D107 from Devinah. I didn't even bring anything up here to take a drink with. Actually, hold that thought. I need to put some eye base on. So I'm taking Perlusion. This is our eye base. And I'm going to add this to my eyes. Australis is definitely in my top 10 Devinah shades, says Steven. Is it, Steven? Oh, I'm so glad to know that. It's really pretty. And the black base, it isn't as black as some people may think. It just depends on how you wear it. Karma is very black, and you need to keep it away from magnet wands because of the pigment. Yes, the black oxide, it is, it does have like a little magnetic force field. Yes, it does. And it does need to be very careful with magnets. One of the reasons why I put the notches in our most recent palettes is so that when you do use a wand or a magnet, for example, let me show you mine. So this is my magnet wand, and it fits perfectly in the little notches that you see here. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. See these little notches in the corners? There you go. This fits perfectly in that notch so that you could pull your shadow out very simply. So I love that. And a lot of, it's not just black. If there's a matte eyeshadow that has a lot of black pigment in it, you have to be careful with those too. So a lot of darker pigments, just be a little bit more mindful that you don't suck just a little bit of pigment out of your pan, because that black will magnetize to the magnet. Okay, so I got my eye base on, and I stick it under my eyes too, because I like to wear a lot of eyeshadow on the bottom of my eyes. Okay, so this is the D107 brush, and I am going to go in with Nemesis. If I pull my mirror over here, let's see. So we went to go see Vanilla Ice, I Love the 90s concert on Saturday, and it was so good. This was our second time seeing Vanilla Ice. We saw him in September at the state fair. And we saw him with a bunch of different other artists. It was at the state fair back in September. We saw him with Rob Bass, Young MC, and I think that was it. Tone Loc was supposed to be there, but he couldn't make it. On Saturday night, we saw him with All For One and CNC Music Factory. It was so fun. I'm just wiping my brush off so that I can blend this shadow up. And now I'm going to go in on the other side. So what I like to do is I like to start at the base of my eye and then just build it up into the crease. Just grabbing a little bit more. I hope you guys like this music. It's different. And I can see where I can actually upload my own music, which will be cool. Well, not my actual music, but. So this is the way I like to blend my eyeshadow. I don't use fluffy brushes because I have such puffy eyelids that it'll usually go right into my eyebrow. So I just like to apply very heavy at the base of my eye and then just tap it upwards. And that gives me a seamless, on my eyes, it gives me a seamless blend. This technique, of course, may not work for everybody, but this technique works for me in my eyes. I'm going to bring this one up a little bit more. This one needs to come up a little bit more. I used to do eyeshadow under my eyes also, but I found it now just gets trapped in my fine lines unless it's like right along the lash line. Oh, Kayla, that's actually why I use shadow under my lower lash. It camouflages my fine lines. So I like wearing eyeshadow. I like to drape it down really low and it camouflages my fine lines because I have a lot of wrinkles. Right now, you can't really see it on here. I always get nervous, like if I meet people in person and they see my face, they're like, oh my God, you don't look anything like what you do on camera. And these cameras are really good at hiding stuff, I think, when it comes to face. Powder shadow. Oh, that's a good idea, Miss Charlie. Kayla, I use a pencil liner or cream shadow and then go over with the powder shadow. That's a good tip. Okay, so I laid down Karma on my eyes. I'm going to leave that there. Now I am going in with a spatula and I'm going to take Specular, which is our shimmer and sparkle glue. Now this glue you use for any type of shimmer and any type of sparkle, any type of a mica based powder and any type of a sparkly, like I don't care how sparkly, how intense the sparkles are, but this glue works for both. And I like using the spatula for this because it gets really tacky and I don't like it to be so tacky on my fingers. You just spread it all out where you want to place your eyeshadow. Okay, and then for my brush, I am taking the D105. And I'm going to dip into Australis. And I'm going to start on the end. I'm going to pull this mirror, my hand mirror, so I can see. Now, here's the thing with multi-chromes. You typically don't want to use a multi-chrome on half your lid, because if you do, you're limiting the shift that a multi-chrome provides from showing. You're basically not exposing the full potential of that multi-chrome. So this is Australis, and I'm just putting it on half of my lid right now. Then I'm going to wipe off my brush, and I'm going to jump into Tucana. And for Tucana, we are going to go on the inner part of the lid and stamp that in there. And pull it a little over Australis. Deandra used black eyeshadow instead of concealer. I would if I could. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm jumping back into Australis, and I'm just going to blend these two together now, Tucana and Australis. So I'm going to pull it a little more forward. Oh, I love the way this looks. Okay. Now we're going over to the other eye. So that's it for shimmer. Like this whole lid area it's almost done. After I'm going to come back in like a cleanup. I'm going to come back in and just do some more nemesis on the top here. But for right now, this eye is finished. Okay, so now we're going to put some more specular on the spatula. And I'm just going to spread it out on this eye. So no lie, when I was testing my formula for this, I actually slept in shadow for a lot. I slept in shadow a lot. I was going to say for however many days. I don't even know how many days it was, but it was a lot. And for me, the way sleeping with an eyeshadow over a tacky base, if that shadow still is in the same spot when I wake up in the morning, that base, that glue base works good. That it held my eyeshadow all night during my tossing and turning. I literally can go to bed tonight with this makeup on, and I will wake up tomorrow with a beautiful eye look. That's how good this stuff works for me. Okay, so I'm going back into, it's the same brush that I'm using. I'm not changing out my brush for these two colors, Tucana and Australis. I'm going in with the D105. And I am starting at the base of my eye again. I'm bringing this up. And I'm going to pull it to like the midway point and stop where we did on my right eye. Maybe if I do this, can you see if I do that? Oh yeah, you can if I do that. It's beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to go into Takana. Same brush, D105, and we're going to go on the front part. Of the lid. Takana is so pretty. Now this one does have a shift to like a gold, which kind of goes into the green. And I'll turn the lights down a little bit so you can see that. And now I'm just going to blend and marry the two together. So I have my Takana down, and now I'm going to blend the two together. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more Australis, and I'm just going to drag that over Takana. I don't know if I'm covering it so you guys can't see what I'm doing with my mirror. Forgive me, Father. It looks like I'm wearing 3 freaking colors, doesn't it? It's so pretty. Oh, I love this. Never would I have guessed. If I didn't put this little 9-pan color story together, never would I have ever assumed or thought of, oh, let me grab Takana and Australis. I feel like wearing those two together with Nemesis. I would never have put those two things together. Okay, so now we're done here. So now what I'm going to do is my waterline, and I'm using my D101 brush. I am taking Karma, and this color goes right into my waterline. I don't use kohl liners. I sound like a broken record for those of you here watching. I'm sure you guys already know, and we're anticipating using black eyeshadow in my waterline. And for those of you who are new, I don't wear kohl eyeliners. I don't wear any type of eyeliner. Pencil eyeliners is what I'm talking about in my waterline. I use eyeshadows all the time. Any color eyeshadow I want. So I'm just taking Karma, putting that into my waterline. I'm also dragging it into my lash line a bit. And then just putting some here on the upper lash line where my lashes are. So I just go right up in here. And this brush is perfect for this. This again is a D101. Okay. Then I am going to take, now I'm grabbing my D103 brush, and I'm jumping into Tessa. Okay, we're gonna take that hot pink. Let me show you guys what I've, so right now I'm going into Tessa, which is the hot pink. The shades that we've used so far is Australis here, Takana here. Nemesis was the first shade that I put on my eyelid. So we went this way, and then we're coming up to Tessa, and then I used Karma on my lower lash. But with Tessa. This is going on the bottom lash. And this is everything. I love this. Can you see? Look at that. D101. This is the D101, Kayla. It's the small, like, pencil brush. Oh, it's like a shader brush. Oh, I'm sorry, 103. 103. 101 is the pencil brush for my waterline. Okay, let's see. Now I am going to take a little bit of concealer. I still have to do mascara, and then we're going to go back up onto the top. And then we're going to do, I'm going to show you my inner corner. This is such... This is such a pretty look. I love it. Now, when I build color stories, I'm the type of person, the reason why I like 9-pan color stories is because I get a little bit obsessive compulsive with my eye look. So if I like a look that I put on, I'm going to wear this look 3, 4, maybe 5 times in a week, not necessarily in a row. Yes, sometimes I will wear the same eye look in a row if I really, really love it. I'm not one to switch out my eye look day to day. I do. Do I do it all the time? No, I don't wear makeup all the time. But when I come across an eye look that I absolutely love, I will wear that same eye look several times in a row. So for me, having a smaller color story and falling in love with an eye look, I get more use out of those shadows if I wear it several times over the course of a week or 2 weeks, or even a month if I keep that color story together. If I were to keep this palette together for a month, then I'm going to get good use out of my shadows. I wouldn't say that I get overwhelmed with larger color stories. I don't get overwhelmed. I just find that I lose interest faster. Why? I have no idea. Because with a larger palette, you have more opportunities for a lot more, way more eye looks, obviously, right? But I lose interest and I always go back to the small. I think it's just the compact grouping of a 9-pan color story. Oh, hi, Liz. I'm so glad you're here. I'm like vindicated. I see what you're talking about. You're talking about the brushes. It's the 103. You said it was the 103. I said it was the 101. And then you're saying vindicated. Okay, I get it. I was like, wait, what happened? Hi, Heather. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Heather, for being so kind. I appreciate you. So, Stephen, you're becoming the same way with 9-pan color stories. Like the smaller, it seems like it's more intimate. The smaller the color story, the more use out of those shadows you're going to get. And it also pushes you to put colors, like to pick 2, even if it's 2 colors out of a color story, pick 2 random colors and put those on your eyes. But if you take a step back, though, and you look at a 9-pan color story, there's so many different ways that you can create an eye look. Of course, you could go down row by row, column by column, but then you can also go like in a triangle this way, or a triangle that way, or a triangle you know, there's so many different ways that you could put a color story together. You could do 3 this way, 3 this way, 3 this way. There's so many different possibilities with the 9-pan color story, which doesn't really intimidate and overwhelm you either. I don't think, in my opinion. This is just my humble opinion. You have to look at your own color story, make your own decisions, whether or not that's the case for you. Don't listen to me. I'm just sharing my opinion. But I love smaller color stories. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in. So this is basically my eye look. I'm done. But I'm going to go back in with my... I'm going to use the brush. This is the D104. This is a little bit of a bigger blending brush, not too big. It's a tiny fluffy brush. I'm going to just take a dab into Nemesis, and then right over the top of Australis, I'm just going to bring Nemesis back in. With just these swiping motions like that. Especially you can see how I kind of lost a little bit of Nemesis right in here. So I'm just bringing Nemesis right back to where it was by simply taking it over Australis and then just fluffing it out. Like my little cleanup phase. There we go. There, now they look more uniform. Okay, now for my inner corner, I am still going to use, okay, for my inner corner, I'm using my D102. Okay, and we're going to use Takana, but I'm going to take a smidgen of specular, just a smidgen of it, and I am going to dab this in my inner corner. Then I'm going to take Takana on the D102 brush. Takana is on the inner part of our eyelid, but there is nothing wrong with bringing that color around to the bottom of your lash line. So bringing it, you know, from the inner corner down around to your lash line. So that is what I'm doing here. You see that little pop? Isn't that so pretty? Okay, now we're going to do the other eye. I'm telling you guys, this is a fast look. I think it took me longer to swatch. Okay, specular is done. We don't need that no more. We're going back in with our D102 brush, taking some more Takana, and we're going to pop that right on the inner corner. If you guys have these shades, I did link all the shades in the description box down below. If any of you recreate this look with these shades, oh my God, I would love to see. Please tag me, whether you post it on Instagram or TikTok, or if you post it here on YouTube, you upload a video or even a shorts. Show me, please. I would love to see how it looks on you, because you know, colors look different from person to person. So I'd love to see how this looks. And all of our styles are different too. Just because I'm wearing the colors this way doesn't mean that you have to wear them exactly the same. You might come up with a different way to wear them. And I would be so interested to see what you come up with. So let me know if you do. And there we go. We got it on that eye. We got it on that eye. Okay, now I'm going to do mascara. And today I'm not going to use the waterproof mascara by Essence, the Lash Princess. I'm going to do the purple one, and I've used this so much. It's the Voluminous, I think, Sculpted Volume. I've worn it or used this thing so much, and I like to warm it up in my hands on my rings, like take the ink off. It kind of rubs off the ink. I'm going to put on some mascara, and then I'm going to come back and see what you guys are saying in the comments. And for those of you watching the replay, you can watch the comments as the video is playing. I do have it set up to where you can see what everybody is saying in the chat. That way you kind of get a feel that you're here with us as well. Not everybody can make a video at a scheduled time, and I am aware of that. Lives are easier for me to do because I do work long hours, so I don't necessarily have the time to edit videos. So the live format works best for me in my situation with my work schedule. So when I was told that I could put the live chat comments up and available for you to watch on the replay, absolutely, I did that. That way it gives you the feeling and the sense, you're sitting here seeing if I'm saying something to somebody and I forget to put their comment up on the screen, you can basically follow along. I hope you guys like that feature. My voice, I'm really pushing my voice right now. I'm not no teeny bopper anymore where I can just go to a concert and act like I freaking am the singer myself. I can't be doing that. I mean, I can, but then I just have to deal with the aftermath. It's not fun. Who has the shortest bottom lashes in the world? I swear it's me. I don't know why my eyelashes, my lower lashes, they're freaking tiny. I have the worst time trying to apply mascara on these little tiny hairs. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. Oh, sorry, I had Steven's message up there. So Elizabeth says, BYOPs are so good for that. That's why I want to do them more regularly. Give those shades some usage. Exactly. Especially if you're a single eyeshadow collector, creating small color stories and just putting colors together, it does help you use what you have in your stash, in your collection. For me, smaller means every color is important and carefully selected. Yes, 100% agree, Stephen. Christy, so beautiful, Deandra. Thank you. And that was Takana in the inner corner. Yes, this is Takana. All I did was dab it in the inner corner and then pull it on my lower lash so that it just looks like it's wrapping around my eye. So yes, Takana in the inner corner, Heather. I'm the one who is I'm the one who likes all size palettes because I tend to dip into more than one in a look depending on what I'm going for. Yeah, see, so it's not a bad thing whether you like bigger color stories or not. It's just a personal preference. And for me, I'm a Libra, I'm indecisive. So having a smaller color story means I don't have a lot of choices to make, to be honest. And I do become obsessive over an eye look. I wore this eye look on Saturday for the I Love the 90s concert. I'm wearing it again. It was my choice to come up with this same color story. I already knew. I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing on my BYOP video that I'm doing with Liz. I'm doing this look. And also, I built this color story weeks ago and I'm still wearing it. So I just feel that it's more intimate with the 9-pan color story for me to where I can use shades. It also can be a curse though, because I'll obsess over one color story for so long that when it comes time to make another color story for me to wear, well, it's not a curse, but I just don't use as many shadows as I can if I had switched them out sooner, like faster, or if I had a larger palette of shadows together. I guess it works out the same way, right? The more shadows you have in a palette, it's not like you can wear those all in 1 week anyways. So I guess the time frame doesn't really make a difference, right? Right. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me see. I'm a 12 plus pan shadow kind of girl. 15, 18 pan seems to be my sweet spot. 15 to 18. That's cool. Hi, Chloe. Thank you for stopping in. Shona, thank you. I fixate on greens. It took everything in me not to change my inspo pick so it could be all greens. Greens, yes, greens are good too. Okay, so that's it for my mascara. Now what I'm going to do, the last thing that I like to do with all of my looks is go back into my D103, I think it is. Yep, my D103, which is the smaller. It's my under eye brush. And after I put mascara on my eyelashes, sometimes when I look at myself, the bottom eyeshadow that I use is too high up. So this is where I like to bring it down a little bit further so you can see it past my eyelashes. No, I did not miss Charlie. So today, my lip combo for today is, of course, my MAC Night Moth lip liner, and I am wearing one of my favorite shades from Black Moon Cosmetics. It's Haunting, the color Haunting, and that's what gives me my lip combo. So that's my lips, and I got to put that in my description box. I don't think I put that down. So I'm taking my D103, dipping back into, not dumping, I'm dipping back into Tessa, and now I'm just pulling this color down a little further past my lashes. So this, Kayla, if you're still here, this is where I hide my fine lines in my eyes. Sometimes when I put my concealer on, this is why I put my concealer on, and then I go back in with my eyeshadow. If you notice the step that I did, because my concealer, sometimes it will set in my fine lines, but then once I come back and I just do this last step and go back into my lower lash color, then it like blends really soft and it kind of camouflages those lines for me. And I just bring it down a little bit past my lash line, my lashes. Oh, thank you. Hi, Hannah. This is what we wore today. This is the colors that I picked from that palette in the thumbnail. So today what I wore was Tessa, which is on my lower lash line. I have Australis on, well, you could probably see the green there. You could see the green here on this side. So it's Australis on this half of my eyelid. It's like maybe a third of my eyelid. And I'm wearing Takana on like a quarter of my eyelid, my inner corner, and then I draped it onto my lower lash line. Karma, of course, in my waterline. And then, like I said, Tessa on the lower lash line. So this is the color story that I had put together. Okay, so the other color story that I wore with this was Remy in my, oh, I'm sorry, and Nemesis. I have Nemesis up inside. When I first started the video, if you watch the replay, you'll see it. If you just forward to that section, I use Nemesis as my main matte on my eye. And then I came back up and I just fixed a little bit where it was a little sparse on the top that blended away from my putting Australis in. But the other look that I did with this color story was Skyla and my Thermosphere. These two colors together, another combo I never would have thought to pair together. Thermosphere and Skyla are beautiful. I used Remy in the top of my, like my puff, like up here on the top of my eyelid. And then I used Karma as just my full under eye. So it was a really dark, dramatic. You guys might have seen it on my stories too when I was talking about going to the concert. The D103 has quickly become my favorite brush for the lower lash line. Do you have plans to list the brushes separately at some point? I don't know. I might list those brushes separately. We need some Devinah liquid lips. Oh my God. That's still a work in progress. It's not easy making liquid lips. Trust me. Still a work in progress. Remy is grabbing my attention. I used to have it, but I broke it. Oh my God, you did, Hannah? I love Remy. And I swatched everything out. I'm going to probably maybe I'll wear that eye look in tomorrow's video where I talk about all of the Dirty Soul soap fragrances. You guys, I have not sniffed these and it is driving me crazy. I take it back. I only sniffed one and I actually wore it and I got compliments about it. And I'll tell you guys about that tomorrow in the video. Okay, so this is my eye look. This is what I created with my 9-pan BYOP. It is a collab that I did with Liz here on YouTube. Like I said, her YouTube channel is My Makeup Garden. She also has her Instagram account, My Makeup Garden, as well. Her color story is beautiful. She did let me watch it before she posted it. I do have her video linked down below in just the description box. Please go give her channel, give that video a watch. She does such cute eye looks. I love it. But this is what I came up with, and this is the look that I did. And I hope you guys like it. And thank you for hanging out with me. Just realized this is secretly a Valentine's Day palette. You think so? I don't know. Valentine's Day is so different for me. I guess maybe can be. This reminds me so much of a sunset out here though. Nick, I'm gonna have to take a picture of the sunsets that we have out here next time we have a good one. Thank you, Liz, for asking me to do this with you. I appreciate it so much. It was fun. Although I freaking lost the original footage to my video, but I'm glad to do this live and have this here with all of you guys live with me enjoying it. And for those of you that are watching the replay, thank you for taking your time to sit here and watch me go through this eye look. I appreciate it. I think it looks so good. Now I'm gonna have to go tell Roger we need to go to dinner or something, or we need to go find another concert to go to. This was my concert look. Yes, my technical difficulties. I also linked the bat mirror. I always get questions about this mirror, guys. I always get questions about this mirror. I'm starting to learn to link the things that you guys asked me about down below. It is the cutest mirror ever. It is linked in the description box if you're interested in that. It's my favorite. It goes with me everywhere. I've never had the mirror break. It's made of high quality. I pack it in my my makeup travel bag, which also I need to link. A lot of people asked about this is actually my makeup bag. All of my makeup that I have on my desk, it actually lives in here. I just took everything out because I didn't want to have my makeup bag on my desk while I'm doing this video with you. But everything stays inside this bag. I don't have makeup laying on my desk because this is my photo booth. This is my photo station where I do all my photos for my work for Devinah Cosmetics. So this has all of my Oh, and I've been wearing Winter of the Wicked too. Have any of you guys picked that up? But this carries all of my makeup that I use. So I need to link this for everybody too, because I've had people ask me about this bag as well. But that's all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I am going to be going live again tomorrow for those of you that are here, those of you that are watching on the replay. I already have it scheduled. You'll see it. It is my 14 cents newly scents that I just picked up from Dirty Soul Soap Company. And I am going to be doing first smells. I'm going to be sniffing them for the first time, except for one. One, I did cheat. I took it with me over the weekend and I got compliments on it. I want to tell you guys about that. But all the other 13 scents I got, fragrance mists, body mists, I have not smelled them and I am so excited. I got a lot. I hope I got a lot of good scents. So if you're interested in that, come hang out with me again tomorrow at 4. It won't be makeup related content, but this is Lifestyle of a CEO by yours truly, Deandra Rain, where I share not only makeup, but all of my little obsessions that come into my life and little things that I like to do. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope that you enjoyed yourself here, and I will see you again in the next one. Talk to you soon.